Okay. That should do it. I just need to pull up the chat. Why can't I get this notification to go away? Hi. Okay, YouTube. I don't need to know more about your community guidelines, but welcome everyone. Realize I'm just kind of talking to myself over here. I am just trying to get... Oh my goodness. I'm just trying to get the chat to pop up so that I can see it. Otherwise, this is going to be tough for me to interact. Hopefully this is good enough. Looks like it's live. I think YouTube does not hate the stream. This is a... I'll tell you all in a second. No big deal. Okay. Hey there, everyone. How's it going? Welcome to the stream. I am really excited to be here. I am adding a new printer to my ragtag group of Creality 3D printers. This is the Creality CR-10. I just got it recently. It's been sitting in a box on the floor for the past few days, and I really want to get it built, so that's what we're here for. This is an impromptu stream. I've decided I'm building this tonight or until I have to go to sleep. So let me just do a quick camera adjustment, and we'll get to work. I don't have a whole big setup here. I threw this all together last second, so it's really just going to have to be this one angle right in... Hopefully that's not a problem. Let me just make sure that we can see that. So that's probably going to be pretty good, right? Like that, I think. Hopefully that shows enough of the build process. I'll check in periodically too to make sure that everything is on camera. Okay. Let's get to work here. Start by opening up the box. Nice and gentle. Hopefully this isn't a long build. I'm not that patient. And I am quite excited to get this going. Been looking forward to having a new printer for a while now. I'm really looking forward to a larger build volume, because I want to build some cosplay props. And while you can do things on the Ender 3 Pros that I have, they're just not big enough. It would take too long. Let's put it that way. It takes too long to try and make like a helmet. I've got a couple helmets that I've printed already, but they're pretty much going to be in the state that they're in now because they don't fit. They don't do anything. Actually, I think I can show you one right over there. See, I got that War Machine helmet, and I maxed out the Ender 3 Pro build volume. Printing that, it doesn't fit my head, so I'm not going to be wearing it. We took out the top foam of the packing material here. I don't want to call this short-sighted, but I'm gonna have to move this box down, I think. So on the inside, though, we've got a glass bed, and it comes with these clips. Hooray. It's funny to me that they come with like these pretty standard, what do you call these things? They're not paper clips. They're like binder clips. I think that's what they are. Something that you would get from an office supply store. But that's okay. You know, whatever works. I've got some low profile clips I can use too. Let's see what else is in the box. Can you see what's in the box? Okay. We've got... Come on out of there. This not marked, just plain cardboard box, which has got... What is this? Is this like something to fill inside the extrusions? I think it is. A lot of people were printing these themselves and then putting them in the printers just to kind of block out dust, so that's kind of cool. I got tools here and a USB cable. Oh, you know what? I just realized I don't have a Raspberry Pi to control this thing with. I got another small computer that I can probably set up to interface with this. That'll be cool. A little owner's manual. This is pretty cool. Look at this roll of filament. It's 200 grams. That's quite a bit. With the Ender 3 Pros, you just get like a little sniff of filament. Oh boy. More parts. Looks like a Z-stop, a couple brackets, some thumb screws, other screws, power cord, mount for the filament roll, some nozzles, and of course, micro SD card and the spatula. Okay, let's take this all out. That will be part of the cardboard box collection. Let's see. Howie Reddles, you're watching this while waiting for a print to finish. Yes, very serendipitous. If you don't want to watch your printer, you might as well watch a printer get built. A little bit more packaging material, and I might just... What is this? Some tape? Masking tape. I'm not sure what that's for. I guess we'll find out. I might just have to take this whole box down at this point and start pulling out piece by other pieces. There's some more metal frame here. There's the control box and like the hot end. And so I think I'll do that. Let's get this... I haven't seen instructions yet, though. Is that part of this user's manual? Let's see. Fill out a warranty card. That would be pretty cool. Just kind of shows you the different pieces. Okay, this does have the installation. So this is the instruction manual as well as the user manual. I hope this thing isn't too difficult to move once it's together, because it's not staying up here. It's going to go on the bottom part of this shelving unit that I've got. Might as well start with step one. So general list, I kind of already went over things. It says, and start by installing the gantry frame. Okay, so that's going to need basically just the two big pieces, as well as that screw kit. Let's get the tools out. There's some screws in there, and tools here. Pull out the zip ties, and I'll pull out those tools. The rest of this stuff is stickers and nippers. We'll leave that. I don't need that right now. Okay. Oh, maybe I will need the nippers. I take that back. We are going to need those. I'm seeing zip ties that are going to have to be cut. Let's get this frame out. I don't see how I'm supposed to get this frame out. Okay, so we got the control box out. That was the one thing that I really wasn't supposed to take out yet. That's okay. Okay. One piece. I'm going to have to take that control box back down. Oh, you know what? First things first, as I'm looking at this, let's switch this guy over to the proper voltage. Set to 230. Yeah, flip that switch down, make sure it's good for America. And it looks like this other part's going to be real easy to take out. Okay. I hope that there is enough space for this printer on this shelf. I might have to figure something out. Let's see. So I gotta install the gantry frame. That's this right here. And I'm thinking I can take off the shrink, well, it's not shrink wrap, the plastic wrap that's holding the bed in place, but maybe I should not do that yet, just to keep the bed from sliding. I will take out this foam. It's funny, I'm seeing like the little upgrades that they just kind of put on this thing right off the bat. Is that more protective foam? What's under there? It looks like they're using some variation of like the high compression yellow springs. They're orange instead of the standard Ender 3 springs. Oh, I should have printed some clicking knobs for this thing before opening it. That's okay. That's just going to be another project. Four of these screws are going to be used to hold the gantry frame in place. And the rest can go back in the bag. And let's see. The hot end fan side is supposed to face this direction. Oh, I am going to have to remove that wrapping. It's in the way of the screw holes. It's okay, I can just cut this off. Get rid of that, no problem. Just to double check and make sure that the stream health is fine. Okay. So now with the plastic wrap off, we should be able to do this. I'll actually put the screws in from the underside here. Like this. Maybe we'll do one at a time on either side and then try and feel around to get the other one in on either side. Okay, the zip tie here that's holding the Z screw is getting in the way of the bed. So we're going to have to remove that, and now I'm going to get rid of this other one too. And that means we just have to be all the more careful and aware of that part. Let's pull that back. Probably don't want to get that trapped in here. Oh, I got another zip tie to cut out. Come on. So far, so good. Dare I say this is actually... Well, no, I shouldn't say anything. It'll just jinx it. I'll say it, whatever, YOLO. This is easier than assembling an Ender 3 so far. I'm going to tilt this back. I was going to feel around and try and get it to work, but now I don't want to. we'll just be somewhat gentle. That thing would just rest for a second. And I could reach around here. It was at this point that he realized he should have grabbed the Allen wrench. And it's, of course, the farthest thing. I'm just going to set this down. All the way in the corner. I wouldn't have even been able to swing that over if I wanted to. Let's find the Allen wrench that fits this. It's not that one. It is this one. And I'd like to find also the other screw, or at least another screw, to have ready. Put it right there. That was the other screw. Okay, let's do this again. Let's get that loosely in there. Tack it in place. Nope, it did not tack. Come back. Don't want to over tighten, that's for sure. But I should at least make sure that I can tell it it's gone in. I thought I got it in there the first time. Not the case. Oh, that's why. I missed completely. I was screwing into nothing. Like an absolute buffoon. I think we're in pretty good shape now. It's not just sliding in. I am pretty stoked for this. Bigger volume is going to open up more things that I can print. Of course, I say all this now, and then I'm sure not too distant future, it's going to be sitting idle for a little bit. Such is the way of hobbies and getting distracted. Got this back screw in pretty good. Just use it to pull this, what do they call this? The frame closer on this side. Okay. Got another screw here. And that's almost all the way in. Yeah, this is great. Like 4 screws and it looks like a printer already. And there we go. Frame is attached with 4 screws. We'll give it a couple more turns here. Make sure it's tight. And I just realized that I was putting too much pressure on this plug. That was stupid. Well, looks okay. It looks okay. Lesson learned. It's over now. let's see. Next step. Here's some trash. You go over there. Gantry frame is on. Next step says to install the T-shape fixing block. Okay. Make sure that the nut for the profile has been turned by 90 degrees before fastening the T-shaped block. I will do that. This goes on the far side from the Z-rod. Let's get our Allen wrench together here. Find the proper one. It's this guy. What is this? Some kind of... It's called a fixing block. Is this just supposed to help prevent the gantry from coming down too far? Yeah, I take it. It slides in like that. Yeah, how the heck are you supposed to make sure these things turn over in there? These little T-nuts are difficult to work with. I am all ears if anyone's got any suggestions. I'm otherwise just going to prod at it with the wrench here. Come on. Come on over. Okay. I think I got one of these things to turn over properly. Yep. Unfortunately, it was the one at the top. And now I can't see anything. If I loosen this one at the bottom on the side here... Oh, okay, good, there we go. Yep, that moved. That's good. Kind of fell into place. That's nice. Now it's this guy's turn. And he's not falling into place. Come on, buddy, rotate. All the cool kids are doing it. Peer pressure. Oh. It's not 90 degrees, but it's close. Just a little more prodding and we'll have it in. There we go. All right. We're going to have to do the same thing with this guy. The Z-stop. So let's get this turned over. Just double check how this, this little leg side goes under the motor, the stepper motor. There's that 90-degree angle. That one was nice and easy. This one's also turning. That's perfect. Go back on this side and do those top ones. These I can't see at all, so I don't know how it expects me to know that they've turned properly. They were pretty loose though, which makes me think that they should be turning freely in here. And it did pull this outer faceplate tighter. So, yeah, I think we're good there. Nice. Okay. The next step is to install the rack. So I'm going to need that control box. And I'm going to need like the filament spool holder stuff. We'll move all these tools over. And then I'm kind of in disbelief that the step after that is to install the decorative strip. I don't really want to do that, but I feel like if I don't do it now, I'm not going to do it at all. There's that control box. And now I need the spool mount arm to this guy right here. I'll just put this whole box down there for easy access. Attach the bracket with the 2 thumb screws. Sure, I can do that. Not bad so far. So this is supposed to go in this direction, like so. Just turn this into place. Okay, that's easy enough. And attach the spool holder. That's another thing I need to do now, is print a different spool holder, because this one is stationary. And I got a custom one on my other printers that rolls. And I like that better. Oh, fine, I'll install the decoration strip next. But I'm not going to like it. I mean, don't get me wrong, I'd like to have it, but it's not important for getting the printer up and running. It's just for aesthetics. Which side does this even go? Does it go like the beveled side down? Yeah. If this is at all difficult, I'm giving up. Because I don't want to sit here fighting some decoration strip when I could be printing stuff. Alright, there we go. It's not that bad. It's not the best, though. The picture on here, there's like this dainty little finger that's just like, press right here and it all works. But that's not how this works. This needs a little bit of pressure. I am very much not going to be cutting this the proper length. I can just tell. Yep, it's a little short. But that's okay. I'll just kind of work it forward a bit. Take some of that, take it away from the back corner here a bit. Almost got this other part done. That's the other thing. If this were just aesthetics and it was really easy to put in, that's one thing. This is like supposed to go in every single crevice on the frame of this printer. It's like, come on, man. That's a lot of stuff. Although I suppose most people like this, so It's actually very nice of Creality to do something for the masses here. Kind of already anticipating getting like an all-metal hot end for this thing too. So many things I probably should have, like, this is why you plan stuff. See, I could have bought the upgrades, printed any upgrades that I was going to do, but now it's going to be a completely separate project. Which is fine, I guess. I just have no patience. Is this supposed to go in the middle one? No, thank goodness. Not want to do that. What if I get this like all the way in here and then there's just not enough somehow? They cut me short like 8 inches. And one of these rails just looks awful. I guess I wouldn't care that much because I didn't care for this in the first place, but since I'm doing it, it might as well look as good as possible. Cutting this to size has not been as difficult as I thought it was going to be. Which is a good thing. Just check my current running print. I've got a TPU D20 die printing, and I'm pretty sure it's failed on one side, but I think I'm just going to let it ride. It's just going to be ugly. I think this TPU needs to be like dehydrated also, so that's not why it's failing. But this wasn't going to be the most nice looking print in the first place. Getting close on this decoration strip. Thank goodness. Got it going in the front here. I hope it's supposed to go in the front. Yes, it is. I wonder if it's going to go on the back too. I mean, really, this decoration strip just keeps the dust out. So it does have a little bit of utility to it, but if they didn't give me enough to do the back. And it really is just for decoration up front. Let's finish snipping this, and I see a question, but I can't actually read it yet because I'm too far away. Sorry. Okay. Hey there, Colton. CR-10 V1, aka the normal CR-10? I think so, yeah. Yeah, it's just the regular one. There's nothing special about it. I got it because I was looking for a larger build plate, and this was on sale. But I'm pleased with it so far. The build process has been fairly straightforward. Just a couple of screws. I like how they gave me a piece of glass for the bed, though. That's nice. I was using glass beds on my Ender 3s before, and I liked those. I switched to TPU. Not TPU. PEI. And I like that just okay. I don't think it deserved all the hype. Okay, we are actually getting pretty close to the end of this decorative strip process. I'll get this other side here. Looks like there's going to be more to do the front, and I don't know if there's enough to do the back. At this point, though, I should go ahead and cut these zip ties. Got some garbage right here. You always heard it was the best CR-10 besides the V3. V2 is much more money, absolutely no noticeable improvements. That is very reassuring. That's actually one reason why I did not try and push for the V2. I feel like some of the upgrades that they put on these printers just aren't necessary. And with more things, more attachments, comes added complications and more things that can break. Not that they're not nice. I wouldn't mind having something like a BL Touch or whatever. But ultimately, I think as long as the bed is not completely warped, if it's completely warped, then the manufacturer should be like sending you a new bed. But if it's not completely warped, anything else just kind of gets lost in the print, you know? It evens itself out. Enough for me anyway. I'm sure other people would disagree. But yeah, a simple printer I am more than happy to have. See, this X gantry is already installed, which is great, but it does make it a little bit more difficult to get this decorative stripping in. I wonder if they gave me grease for the Z-Rod, because I don't... It's not greased. I've got my own, though. I can just use what I have if they didn't give me any. I used the BL Touch as the example there. I don't know what the other upgrades were for this printer. Someone wants a huge printer below $500. I always recommend this. Or Solval SV06 Plus. I didn't even look at the Solval SV06 Plus. I didn't look at any of the Solval stuff. I should have. Admittedly, I was a bit too excited to just get a bigger printer, and I've already got Ender 3 Pros, and I kind of figured this is a big Ender 3 Pro. So I thought it'd be the easiest learning curve. If any learning curve. Alright, come on down. Oh, there might be a screw or something in the way that's going to prevent the decorative stripping from going behind this thing, unless I like push it in. Maybe we can do that. push it in first? And then can we just push it down? Not easily. Let's just crank this over top of it. Yeah, you like the idea of a huge Ender 3. The Ender 3s are such fun machines. I completely agree. I think they take a lot of crap, but honestly, like, so many other printers are just based off the Ender. I mean, it's a whole category of printers, are Ender 3 clones, you know? So I never really... Granted, I've not tried other printers like the Anycubic Cobra or anything like that, but it's basically just an Ender 3, but they've slapped, you know, some of those upgrades on there, which again is nice. But then they also do things like close off the firmware. Not that my Ender 3s are modded to that degree, but it's nice to know that I have the option, and it's nice to know I could pick a completely different board and stick it on here if I wanted to. It's just nice. I like having options. Okay. So I've got this. I think this is going okay. The decorative stripping on this one side did not get all the way down to the bottom yet. I was hoping I could just pop it out now and slide it down. Pull it down, I should say, but there's still this one little screw or nut or something that's on this gantry that's kind of in the way when this stuff is not installed. Oh, we got it. This will be fine. I really hope this doesn't get in the way of printing, though. I will not hesitate to pull random blue squishy plastic rubbery stuff out of this printer. But yeah, I'm excited to print some big things. This little bit off here, and I am almost done with this, the blue stuff. The only Ender 3 clone that you like is the Neptune 3. You hate brands other than Elegoo that have cloned the Ender. It's just a premium Ender that I know uses premium parts. Yeah, I agree with that 100%. That's the other thing. Like, if I'm learning to use the 3D printer, I can always buy my own premium parts and stick them on there. For the record, you don't own a Neptune 3 or any Elegoo for that matter. What makes you like it? The Neptune 3. Hopefully this slides under here now, because the picture does show, I think it shows that it goes in the front. I really would not care if it didn't go in the front. Yeah, it's definitely got some of the blue stripping here. Maybe I don't slide it underneath this, though, since it's not going anywhere. Maybe I just cut it. I'm going to do that. I don't want to fight with this. This is going to be 2 separate strips. Big brain move. Here's one of the strips. That did not cut very nice at all. And what did I just knock off here? Oh, just pulled this thing out. Whatever. Just a piece of plastic. Pops right back in. I'd definitely be down for trying other printers. You know, I'm interested in other stuff. But, you know, I want something that I know. I want something that I know how to work and how to troubleshoot in case needed. I'm sure other printers are very similar. I'm sure that it's a similar process to troubleshoot. But sometimes you just don't feel like picking up that new skill right away. Okay, I've got this much blue stuff left. I'm going to do the back bottom parts here. And I think that's it. I don't think, if there's enough to do up here on the thing that I've already forgotten what it's called, the gantry frame, I don't think I'm going to be doing that one on the back. I'm not sure that there's enough anyway. I just want to finish plugging in the electronic bits and do some printing. I had hoped if this was a fast enough setup that I could install. I bought the all-metal spider hot end for, I guess it actually would fit on this printer. I could do it on here, but I was going to put it on the Ender 3 first. And I was going to do that maybe tonight as well, but that printer is currently printing. So I don't think that's going to be happening tonight. I don't think this is going to be a quick enough install anyway. Man, I just messed up another cut on this blue stuff. Then again, these nippers aren't really meant for this. You know, I think it's supposed to cut the filament. And yeah, it's working, but it's not the proper width. You read so much about the Neptune 3s. If someone wants a smaller first 3D printer, Solval SV06, Non-Plus, Ender 3 S1, or the Neptune 3. Cool. Are Solvals the ones that you basically build yourself? Like, assemble everything? And the spiders are great, I am glad to hear. I've already done like some ABS printing on my Ender 3 Pros. But it's, I don't know. I didn't get it strictly for ABS. I just wanted the high temperature, and ABS is the first thing that came to mind. I just wanted a higher temperature hot end. Want to go a little bit faster on my prints. I was actually able to get... Okay, so the new hotness is the Bamboo Lab X1 Carbon. And it's got that 17-minute benchy that is apparently pre-sliced and like the starter print for that printer. And that's super impressive. I was able to get my fairly stock Ender 3 to print a benchy in like 47 minutes. And I thought that was pretty dang good, using just like some slicer trickery and a different size nozzle. And I wanted to see if I could cut that 47 minutes down even more, Because I think that would be cool. That would be a fun experiment. And I'm hoping the spider lets me do that. Or is at least one step in making that dream a reality. I'm so bad at cutting this blue stuff. I should just push it in with this thing. What was I thinking? That's why I didn't do that. It messes stuff up. Okay, one more strip, and honestly, this is not enough to cover the back anyway, so mentally I'm going to feel good about that. I did about all I could. Well, I mean, I did all I could. It's not about all I could. I did all I could. I used what they gave me to do the thing. Oh, Voron. Yeah, no, you're right. Definitely the Voron stuff. That's the one you basically build yourself. Soval is just another normal 3D printer company. SVO6 is just an improved and updated Prusa i3 Mark III. So that's interesting. You're in the process of building a Voron Trident. I'll bet that's fun. I haven't thought too hard about building a Voron. It's intriguing. I would like to do that for sure, but I've got so many ideas and projects in the pipeline right now that I don't need to add another one. So that'll be in the future. I'll do something like that for sure. I'm just not there yet. All right, the decorative trim has been attached. Now I get to plug in the wires. That's good. Okay, what do we got? Where do these wires come from? Right here. And they're labeled, which makes it that much easier. So this box is supposed to sit next to the printer. This is going to be a bit of a challenge here because I don't think... Oh, you know what? Maybe that will sit fairly level like this. That's a bad idea, though. Leaving the printer like this would be a bad idea. Am I going to do that? Nah, I won't do that. We'll think about that. I'm going to have to figure something else out here. This is the shelving unit that I was going to use for this printer, but it was going on the bottom. That was the plan. And I was not really anticipating it taking up... I thought I'd be able to rotate it, but it looks like it's going to have to be parallel with the table here, lengthwise. Let's get back to plugging all this fun stuff in. Okay. I guess I'll face this in this direction for now. So let's find Y. Wait, so the wires are marked, but the receptacles are not. The wire is the stepper and limit S switch. Which is back here. Oh, it's the switch, though. Nope, that doesn't fit. Why does it say that? Y stepper and limit switch. Oh, no. It's not saying the Y does that. It's the Y axis. It's not... Duh. Connect the limit switches according to the yellow labels on the 3-pin. Connect the stepper motors according to the yellow labels on the 6-pin. 4 wires. So it's a stepper motor switch, but which one? Oops. Takes a lot of time. 4 hours just to make an Excel sheet with all the parts. Wow. Not a real budget-friendly printer. Yeah, okay. Well, even at that, then, that's definitely proof that that's further down the line for me. It's going to be better than the overpriced Chinese Bamboo Labs X1. Those are some strong words. That Bamboo Labs has a lot of people like that printer. So here's the problem with this. Why and why? Oh wait, maybe this is what's. Yep. Okay. No, I'm just dumb. This is the axis that it's referring to. So this goes in the y-axis stepper motor. And here's the limiting switch. Something huge for that printer, since it's so big, is to buy a dual Z-axis kit. Yeah. Even for the younger brother. Yeah, I hear that. I've definitely had like the X gantry sag on the Ender 3s. Thankfully, though, I was able to kind of adjust them, and it was fine after that. I'll bet that this would I can see where this would benefit from having that. Oh no, this doesn't go here. From having dual Z-rods. And I might do that. You know, maybe I'll price one of those out, and then I'll print and buy all my other upgrades for this thing, and I'll just do them all at once. Okay. That is in, and then this should be X. E for extruder. Boy, do I feel silly now. That was so obvious before. That's in. Okay, my guy, get that cable out of the way. Okay. Cool. Where's the... Select the correct voltage. I did that already. Why are there 2 of these? Oh, I see why. There are 2 of them. And it only goes in one spot. So that's that. And this one goes here. There we go. Bamboo Labs are all annoying. All the parts on that thing are just Chinese poo. P1P is great, though. It's definitely not as overpriced. Just for the prints and not for the printer. That looks annoying, the blue. Oh, the blue ribbon, yeah. The decorative stuff, that was annoying. Cool, I think we're good to go. Screen info, preheat. Still have to connect the Bowden tube. Wow. And naturally level the bed. All right. Yeah, I don't really have... I shouldn't call it a gripe because I don't have like a Bamboo Labs printer in the first place, but I'm hearing things about customer service and like difficulty in getting them fixed or repaired. That makes me a little skeptical. I am sure it's a wonderful printer. If they sent me one, or if I just had a lot of money or something, I would gladly use one. But I've seen a lot of people like sell off their fleet and just go out and get the X1 Carbon, and I'm not about that right now. I'm also kind of over the word carbon. I feel like people are using it's like a buzzword now. Everything's carbon means it's awesome and premium and super cool. And I get why. I'm just over it. So what's better about this one than the other ones you have? It's huge. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Chicken monkey. This is just a bigger Ender 3. I've got two Ender 3 Pros and now this CR-10, which means I'm going to be able to do some larger prints easily. And I'm looking forward to that. I want to print some helmets that fit my head. This is going to enable that. Probably should have left this one a little bit further back. Yeah, because this thing is supposed to be turned. Rotated, as it were. Okay. Let's plug it in. That was not too bad. Oh, wait, I think I'm supposed to have little clips, though, also, for that Bowden tube. One thing you know about the V2 and the V3 CR10 over the OG one is they have, oh really, 24 volt rails? I thought my Ender 3 Pro had 24 volts. This is not ideal cable management here. Is there anything I can do about this? Because I want to turn the printer. Can I get it to evenly rest on? No, it's not going to evenly rest on this, but it's not bad. Like, oh no, that'll move. Okay, well, I guess it does have to go this way for now. These wires seem a little bit short, though. And that seems a little short-sighted. Well, let's give this guy some power. And I know I flipped that switch, but I just want to double check it. Yeah, okay, proper voltage. It's a spinning up. And that's right, I've got three printers now. Just like that, it says it's ready. These wires are so short right here, it really makes me feel like I've done something wrong. Let me just move the y-axis and see if that... I guess it's mostly going to be headed in that direction. I don't know, see, it's just pulling the control box. Okay. Well, we'll see. I'll make adjustments as needed, I guess. Let's get this bed leveled up and maybe run a test print. Just going to assume this is out of level, although it's all pretty tight to the... Yeah, these are already screwed down as much as they can go. Oh, okay. They gave you, like, this... Oh, maybe that's what the masking tape is for, too. Although, why would I need this, then? It looks like they give you these sheets to try and level out any warpness on the bed. That's kind of funny. But appreciated. Got the glass here. Let's just peel that... Oh, peel it off. A bit of plastic. Might as well get this preheated too. Preheats the bed to 45 degrees for PLA. That's wishful thinking. Well, I guess we'll see. .12 volt is fine. Virgin glass. Yeah. Yeah, the PEI flex sheets, I'm like, I mentioned earlier, I just upgraded to those on my Ender 3 Pros. I'm like I'm happy with them, they're fine, whoops. But I don't like that, I've heard that like TPU or PEI even will fuse to them. I've heard mixed things about that. I've heard some TPU, some PEI, or some PET-G rather, will fuse to PEI, or it's just some PEI struggles with TPU and PET-G, and it's like, well, you know what, I don't really want to experiment and find out which is good and which is not. Actually, I don't need to close those. I don't know why I would try and close those. Alright, nobody hate me, because I'm about to level this bed using the paper method. I've got a feeler gauge, but I don't love using it. It kind of falls apart whenever I try and grab the one that I'm trying to get. And it's like all oily. Oh, speaking of oily and greasy, I need to lubricate that Z-rod. you really hated the 12 volts, you could always upgrade it, yeah. 45 degrees, yeah, the 2016 or the 12 volts showing. Thanks, Dane the boy. Love the stream. Love that you're checking it out. Appreciate you being here. I just got to find some lube. Found the lube. What should I use as an... Oh, I got something I can use as an applicator. I was just going to say I'm a little bit surprised that they did not give me lube for this, but they might have. I didn't check. There's still like a little goodie bag, I think. I've got a little bit much on here, but I'd rather... Since there's none on here, I'd rather apply too much than not have enough. I would just hate for this thing to bind up. That should be enough to get us going. I made sure to like you. Hey, thanks, Colton. I appreciate it. I appreciate all the info. Yeah, it was good talking to you. Have a good night. Thanks for stopping by. All right, let's get this moving. Move the Z-axis. Get that grease moving around. Definitely got a little bit of this grease collecting. And look at how high up this thing goes. We're going to 3D print a rocket. I think that we're going to have to move this one particular cable. Let's see. There we go. Yeah, I'm going to have to reconfigure where everything stands because this is not enough slack on the Z for the X gantry. Well, it's not for the gantry, it's for the stepper motor and this limiter switch, but just in time, on the way back down. Okay. Let's get this thing to auto home. And as I'm checking out the little goodie bag over here, I mean, this is the tools. Maybe there's one more still. I was going to say, I don't see any clips or clasps or anything like that for the Bowden tube on the extruder. Or for the hot end. Oh, wait. Down here, perhaps. Yeah, there we go. Although it does say spare parts. And it's not really a spare because I kind of need it now. There we go. Okay. It hit the switch, but it didn't care. I know that's plugged in. It is Z. That also would not move up any, I don't think. Even if I wanted it to. Let me just unplug it and plug it back in. Yep, nice little click there. That should be enough. Just tell you should consider building a Voron M4 extruder. Amazing upgrade for the Ender 3S and CR-10s. Pretty easy upgrade, also very budget friendly. Thanks. I appreciate that tip. I'll take a look. Sounds like fun. Get this back up again. Power it on. Let's move that Z-axis up a little bit. Then I'm going to tell it to auto home, and I'm going to forcefully trigger the Z. How are we doing on time? 12:15's not bad. I don't think I started until a little after 11 even. Okay, auto home. Okay, I got it. So maybe this... No, it didn't. There we go. It stopped that time. I'm going to see if I can get this to shimmy up a little bit. I wonder if that's what we got going on. I can't imagine that it will, though, because the nuts on here... I mean, the whole thing is already attached to the bottom part. The bottom extrusions. I got, you know, a millimeter up more at best. Well, I guess I can tilt that part. Okay. One more time, we'll tell it to preheat for PLA. And auto home. I should be ready to turn this off in case it gets stuck again. Okay, perfect. No, that did great. We can continue. Let's disable the steppers. And work on leveling the bed. I'm going to get this one side kind of close because it's going to all this other side's coming up is going to bring that other first side up. This is just going to be our first pass. And do another one. Although this thing is low. It had quite a bit of the knobs had quite a bit of tension on them because this thing was screwed in all the way, and that is just like mostly gone. Okay, let's pull this back. Not bad. Go back and do this all again. Yeah, see, this side's already up. It's pretty good. I am so excited. We're about to run our first test print. There we go. Yeah, that knob feels so loose. This guy's definitely going to need some clicky knobs. Alright, and that was enough of an adjustment there. Then I'm going to go back and check this all one more time. Make sure that we don't scratch this brand new glass. We're already too tight right there. Okay, that's fine. A little bit more up here. There we go. And this guy is looking a little too low, which is great because this one was the one that was really loose. Okay. All right, I feel pretty good about that. I think I'd say we're about ready here. Get Get rid of my official bed leveling paper and pull out this 200 grams of filament that they were so kind to provide me with. You know, I said that lightheartedly, but I'm not joking. Like, when you get just a little, just a tiny bit on the under 3s, it was enough to do a test print and then maybe a bit more. That's fine. 200 grams of filament could be something else. Oh, I did just remember that I wanted to go straight to the 0.8 millimeter nozzle on this guy, but I'm not going to. I guess we're going to run our test print first. Definitely going to need to figure out a better way to get this. Better way to have this printer sitting. And I definitely need... I need a few things. That's not the right spot for that. Yeah, better spot for how the printer sits and a better way to feed this filament. Where are those nippers at? Just move. Can I move that? No. The extruder arm here is really tight, but now of course, now that I say that, I was able to get this to pretty much slide right in. Of course, now that I say that, it doesn't slide right in. Let's just take this little quick connect off. There we go. Feed this guy in here. And cool. Now the question is, what do we print first? I'm assuming they've got some model on the micro SD card. They usually do. No TF card. Do they not have? Did I put this in the wrong way? No, it goes in that way. No TF card. All right. Well, I guess I'm slicing something up myself. That's a bit of a bummer. Plug the micro SD card in here. No name. Shows up on the computer. Not that you guys can see it. I'm just going to narrate. No name. No, it's got stuff on it. It just does not want to read this particular micro SD card. That is a bit of a letdown. I don't like that. But I should have another one somewhere around here that I can use. I definitely have another reader. Where did it go? Okay, here's a 4 GB card. That will be good. Now I just need another USB reader. Here it is. To transfer. Let's see if this one works. Even if it doesn't, I don't know what's on it, and I'm just going to go ahead and say initialize the TF card. It's got something on there. Do I have to initial? Well, I hit initialize, and it did not format the micro SD card. So what I'm going to do is move the contents of the one SD card over to the other. Oh, it just has all the same stuff, the cat, the dog, and the pig. The question is, can we do better? Did I see anything that's particularly cool? Checking Thingiverse right now real quick just to see if there's anything else. Something popular right now that'd be a nice simple print that wouldn't take too long. Oh, Magic Screw desk toy. That's not the thing, but I definitely wanted to print that. The Netflix Daredevil helmet. That's going to be a little bit big. Baby Yoda. Maybe that. Maybe a small Baby Yoda. Probably shouldn't take too long figuring this out. I think we're going to go for Baby Yoda. He's going to need some supports. Get my slicer open real quick. If for some reason people are popping in and saying, hey, what the heck's going on? The printer did not read my micro SD card that they gave me. So I'm finding a new model. I'm over here. Ta-da! And we're going to have that print instead. Otherwise, we'd just be printing a cat, a dog, or a pig. Which is fine, but we've been there. Been there, done that. I am going to go ahead and back up the SD card anyway. We'll just call this untitled folder that I've got going on. Creality init stuff. That's a terrible name. Slicer's opening. The micro SD card is backing up. And we should have the model downloaded already. Yep, there it is. Let's drop it in here. Oh, good. I already added the CR-10 to this version of Cura. PL8, we'll do standard quality. It's going to need some supports. We'll do some tree supports because I like those. I have yet an instance where the tree support was inferior to regular supports. That was huge. Bring it down. It's like, it's almost 800 millimeters tall. Why is it that tall? Let's get him aligned. Now that... Let's let it go down. Okay. Yeah, I know that none of this can be seen by you, the viewer. So I'm sorry about that. I could mess around with OBS, but I just don't want to do that right now. We'll do temperature at 205, build plate 65. Walls, 2 walls is fine. Infill, 10%. And cubic would take longer. We'll do a grid. Slice it up. And it's slicing. This new version is 154 millimeters. That might be too big still. Let's just make them smaller because the slicing is taking a minute here. Make them even smaller than that. Slicing's probably taking a minute because I'm decoding video, or encoding video and streaming and stuff from the same computer. And it's just a little MacBook Air. You know, I could probably switch over. Let me see. Workbench, pause. The screen, is this? Yeah, that'll work. Okay. Ta-da. Now at least you guys get to look at Baby Yoda slicing. I'm wearing this, and it's starting to hurt. This is a an earpiece. I designed and 3D printed it. This edge right here, though, it's starting to dig into my ear a little bit. So that kind of hurts. Baby Yoda still slicing. What is going on, my guy? No name. Okay, so the 1 micro SD card has finished backing up. I'm going to eject it. And I'm going to tell it to initialize on the CR-10. Because when I told the other one to initialize, it did not format the card, to my great surprise. Oh, see, now it just actually says print. Refresh picture video. Oh, but that's not the same one. Change the TF card. Change it. I have to tell it that I'm changing the TF card? That stinks, man. Let me tell you, I am getting like Octoprint on here as soon as I can. Okay, but it did pop up now. I've got the pig, the dog, and the cat, so I could do one of those. If only this baby Yoda would finish slicing, we would give him a go. It's at like 40% done slicing. Yeah, because I'm going to move this. Ultimately, this is getting moved anyway. So I might as well get a little bit more slack in these cables and reset up everything to print. We'll point the camera at it. It'll be good. And hopefully that doesn't put the bed out of level. I'm just going off of faith. Whoops. Well, that happens, and I know that happens. How you doing, buddy? You okay? Was that a nasty fall? I need a better... Let me show you this garbage right here. So, this is the... it's upside down, I think. I mount... it's a selfie stick. I've got this selfie stick that I attach an iPhone to, and then this is the garbage mount that I 3D printed, and I should have put legs on the front and the back, but I did not, and so this thing tips forward. I made it nice and beefy and heavy so that it wouldn't just fall, and that was good. That was a good thing. But I forgot about putting legs on it in all directions. Let's remember that. And I always forget. That's like the 7th time this whole thing has fallen like that. So I'm trying to decide where is the best place to start this. I think this is probably pretty good. I'll bring this down a little bit more. Yeah, that'll be good. Yeah, that's the ticket. Okay. 6 hours to print Baby Yoda. 40 grams of the 200 grams that they've given me. Not too bad. Let's do that. I would much rather do that than the dog. Pull the micro SD card out. Oh yeah, he's going to have some supports. They're on there, that's for sure. Looking at what he's going to be in the end. Let me show you. Over here. And I can just plug in the micro SD card. Okay, here we go. I'm going to say change TF card because whatever. But the Baby Yoda is on here. Cool. Bed's finishing up with the heating now. It's going to be hotter. I really, really wish these wires were longer. Oh well. I don't think anyone's here at the moment. Let me double check. Because I got to take this earpiece off, man. This thing hurts. Yeah, -1 viewers at the moment. I'm not sure how I achieved that, but okay. I'm going on mute for a minute and taking this earpiece off. I think it's just about ready to get underway. It's been heating up. First test print. Oh yeah, I hear it moving. I should probably get by the power button in case this starts to scratch. Why does this look green? Probably just a reflection off the glass. So this could go up a little, or they just tested it with green filament before. Was there green filament in here? What? I think they did a test print with this themselves because this extruded green. They gave me white, and I see green. That's okay though. I'm glad they tested it. Gonna watch this first layer go down and a couple more layers go down before calling it a night. That's pretty funny though. Take a look at that. White filament there, green filament here. It's tough to tell. So the bed is obviously metal. It's aluminum. The filament they gave me is white. And I've got clear glass here, so I can't really see what's going on. It looks like it's pretty good. Maybe a tad close to the bed, but I don't think it's that bad. I wonder if I can set this. I wouldn't mind. Will not end a stream if it's currently live. Okay. I wouldn't mind just letting the stream run until the print finishes, but I don't want to leave it running all night. So if I could set this thing to stop at a certain time, then I will do that. But I don't know why they would, you know, not sure why they would do that. Edit the title and description, get a shareable link. No, okay, it's not gonna let me tell it when to end it. That's okay. We'll just watch some of these layers go down and then call it a night. What do you say we are a bit close? Pull this back a bit. It is looking a little close to the bed. Pulled it back some, so should be okay. I think we would have just, it didn't scratch anything, like not even close. So worst case scenario, gonna end up with a print here with some elephant's foot. Definitely should get this thing some clicky knobs. Oh yeah, I know, it's definitely close. I just pulled it back some. Do a little bit more. Yeah, because that's looking a lot thicker now. Now I can see that stuff's printing. Okay. Pretty happy with this, though. The build process was straightforward. It was really just, I think it was 6 screws in total. Well, 6 screws, 2 of which were thumb screws, and then there were like some T-nut type screws. And those had to get, just for like the Z-stop and whatnot. But pretty good. And I think with that, since there does not appear to be anyone in the stream right now anyway, we'll probably call it. I'll post a follow-up as soon as, well, sometime tomorrow probably, once the first print is done, and we'll go from there. So yeah, thanks so much for checking out the stream. If you liked it, feel free to subscribe to the channel. If you didn't like it, I understand. Streaming is kind of boring sometimes, especially when you're just assembling stuff. But thanks anyway for stopping by, and I'll see you all in the next one.